Hey, Renee.
All right, Nancy, William, and Rob.
Hey, guys. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Deb.
Hi. How is everyone?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, good. People are popping on fast, right on time. And I see Emily there somewhere. She disappeared now somewhere on the page. Oh, there she is, the bottom. Hey, Jen. And Ellen and Peggy and Shy. Lots of people on here. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a good night. All right, we're giving people another minute or so, and then I'll go ahead and introduce Emily. My phone, says 7:02, but my computer doesn't even say 7 yet. So, seeing they both program themselves, I don't know how things like that happen. So we'll give everyone another minute or so. Has everyone's fall and did anyone get their Halloween yet? Raise your hand if your Halloween nails came. Oh, yours did, Renee and Melissa. Melissa's. Mine haven't yet either. Oh, I did see some. I looked for some nail files though, so people must be getting them. So I saw them on hands. They look good.
I got one of my orders in. It was just with Bloody Gorgeous and Orange You Scared. Bloody Gorgeous. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Is it good?
Oh, I need like 8 more of them right now because it's gonna sell. It's amazing. They can't get rid of it.
I am excited for that carrying all through Christmas.
They cannot get rid of that one. It's gotta stay. It just has to.
It's just Bloody Gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a Bloody Gorgeous. I've got it.
Well, I'll tell you, I can give you Bloody Gorgeous sold 40. It's our #1 Halloween seller with 48,441 strips that we've sold so far. Quite a few Bloody Gorgeous strips. All right, Emily, I think it's 7 o'clock on my computer. So whether my phone or my computer is right, I think we can go ahead and get started. There she is down there. So you guys, as you know, we're super lucky that this company LFI has kind of taken special interest in our team to get our team working with LFI and them working with us and kind of creating a partnership of how they can help us. So as you know, we get this special till the end of the month. We get $20 a month, it's $10 a month. And so Emily is going to tell us a little about herself and then go ahead and just start talking about LFI to us. So thanks, Emily.
Sure thing. Thank you so much for having me.
You know what? I'm going to mute everybody, Emily, and then you want to mute yourself. That's sound good. Okay. There, I got you unmuted.
There we go. Here we go. Well, hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Emily Drost, and I am the president over here at LFI. I have a pretty diverse background. I originally started in branding, advertising, and marketing, and then I found myself in direct sales, and shortly after that, I got connected with the team over here at LFI, came on as one of the masterminds, if you will, behind the product and behind the project here, and therefore Shuffle was born, and here we are today. So it's absolutely a pleasure to be here with you all, speaking with you all today. I know that you guys have just been taking LFI under your wing. You guys have been taking Shuffle and running with it and doing some phenomenal things. And I have been so impressed by everything that I have seen your team doing. So when I was chatting with Deb here, and she said that, you guys have this team meeting on Monday, I said, I invited myself, so thank you all for having me. I said, I have to come and I have to meet your team and I have to say hello. And just sort of talk a little bit about what Shuffle is, answer any questions that everybody has, and see what more I can be doing to support you all in implementing this phenomenal tool in your businesses. I've heard the chatter a little bit about the Halloween nails, and I love everything that I've been seeing. So you guys have been doing wonderful, wonderful things. So with that, what questions can I answer? What can I do for you guys? Deb, what do you think would be the most helpful here for me to cover with you all tonight?
Well, I think, let me get kind of a show of hands. I know we got a couple screens of people here. Who already has LFI? Okay, who does not have LFI yet? And they're kind of wanting to hear about it. All right, so we have a couple people on here. So maybe if you want to just start with what you can do with the cards, because I mean, we all know we can send them as a business card and stuff, but maybe you even have other suggestions of what you can do, and that'll kind of tell people who are interested in it, and then we can go into the working more like specifically with each card.
Absolutely. So why don't we start here? So why don't I give just the brief overview of what is Shuffle? When you guys hear us saying LFI and Shuffle, LFI is a solution provider, and Shuffle is one of our solutions. So Shuffle is the application that you would download onto your phone. The beauty of Shuffle is that we were truly meant with direct sellers in mind. So individuals like yourselves who are promoting another product, specifically Color Street, but the whole purpose of it is that really we want to do this for small business owners. So when you're utilizing Shuffle, you can utilize it for all of your businesses. Maybe you are your side hustle is Color Street, and maybe you're a doctor or a realtor by profession. And so what Shuffle will allow you to do is promote and support all of those business opportunities that you have. Now, when we talk about cards, initially Shuffle started as a digital business card solution. And so what we've actually developed is something that is so much more than that. Your Shuffle cards are really truthfully now more like mobile landing pages. Everything that you create is mobile friendly. And I'm sorry, you can hear my kids, they just got home from school and they're going crazy in the background here. But everything that you create is going to be mobile friendly. So this is going to put you above and beyond what any of your competition may be doing, or anybody else in the marketplace may be doing, because you're going to have a mobile website, you're going to have a mobile presence. These are searchable, so they're going to come up in Google search results, for example. So really, truly what you're developing is that mobile website and that mobile presence that you need in order to facilitate your business. What's more is it offers a complete CRM solution, and that's really in my opinion, where you're going to make your bread and butter with Shuffle. The CRM solution is going to allow you to input contact information. You're going to be able to schedule follow-ups. You're going to be able to leave notes about your relationships, and you're going to be able to do all these things really that are more designed as a personal assistant, if you will. My all-time favorite feature, my favorite thing to do with my Shuffle cards, especially when I was in direct sales, is I would actually use these in my shopping group to facilitate order taking and VIP relationships. So a lot of the times you've seen or heard of other individuals using Google Forms. You no longer need to use a Google form. Now you can do this all with your Shuffle application, where you can actually put in a lead capture form. They can fill it out on a link, but the most important part of that is that you're going to actually be notified when somebody views that link. So you're going to get a pop-up notification on your device that you've had a view. People are going to go and they can leave you their information, and they can leave as much information as you want them to be able to leave for you. What their favorite colors are, what products they're most interested in, how often they intend on purchasing, etc., etc. And then that's all going to get dumped right into the application for you. So you could go in there and you can fill in even more information about those contacts. You can leave notes about the times that you've called them. My favorite is that you can actually schedule a follow-up. So you can go in, program the application once someone leaves you their information to send you a reminder to follow up with so-and-so. This is particularly helpful with hosting. So you can actually go in, leave a follow-up. If they said, I can't host right now, but remind me again in 2 weeks, schedule that follow-up, and you're going to get a push notification on your phone, a pop-up notification on your phone that's going to tell you 2 weeks from now to follow up with that individual about scheduling an event and to actually host. And then the other component to that is because you have all of these cards, which are mobile landing pages, you can do all of your host training, you can do all of your party training, you can do all of your promotional training, all right there on the card. So you've got this wonderful seamless communication step with your contacts where they've actually provided you with their information. You've scheduled a follow-up, you've included more information about them in the application, you've followed up with them in a timely manner, and you've sent that follow-up reminder to them directly from the application that has additional content that you needed to remind them about. Let's host this party. Here's what you need to do to be a good host. Here's a thank you card for being a host. And oh, by the way, here are all the wonderful promotional pieces that you have received because of your host. And these are all the thank yous that you're going to get. And you can do all of that right in the application. And that to me is my favorite part about Shuffle, is that you can facilitate those relationships and really foster those relationships all right there at your fingertips while getting poked and prodded along the way by the application, so you never let anyone fall through the cracks. Now, we've talked about these being these digital landing pages and these mobile landing pages, and I think that's really truly the beauty of what is going to provide value to you in your business. The opportunity is endless for what you can do with these cards. Your Shuffle subscription comes with 10 free cards just for having the subscription, but you can actually pay a one-time fee and get up to 100 cards on your account. So you can have content for anything and everything that's going to help you succeed in your business. So we actually have a couple of trainings that we've put together that are specific to direct sellers, so individuals like yourselves, that go over really the 20 cards that anyone should have in their stack at any given time, all the way from your brand introduction card. What is Color Street? What makes you special? What makes Color Street better than anything else out there? What makes Color Street different than Jamberry? What makes Color Street so easy to apply? All the way through to that hosting card that I was telling you about, to a lead capture card where you can actually have people sign up directly with you to host an event. And then all the way through to thank you cards. You can have monthly promotion cards. If you have somebody that you've shared a card with and they're your VIP, they can actually have free access to that content that you've put together on a card ongoing. And anytime that you update that information, they can be notified of that as well. But then also, because these are web-based, your recipients, they don't have to have the Shuffle application downloaded. They don't have to have anything special other than an internet connection to be able to view the content that you've put together for them. So it's really easy to use both for you and your recipients.
Thanks, Emily. I think that's a pretty good overview of all the different things. I know I have a question about one of the things you brought up, but I want to, but first let me see. Okay, so now everyone has a general overview. I'm not sure, everyone's at different points. Some people are just learning to create their cards. Other people have their cards and maybe they're just trying to fully figure out how to use them. I know the one thing that caught my ear of what you said was this lead capture so right now, for example, in my tagline on my email, I have, if you want a sample, and they can go in and fill out a jot form and have it sent to me. So when you say they could do that through, I'm confused at how they could do that. So that would be a specific question about what they could do with one card, but. Yeah.
Well, let me go ahead. You can absolutely manage all of that. And let me go ahead and let me show you an example when I say lead capture. If you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen real quick and we'll do a little bit.
We would love that. Share your screen and show us everything you want.
So let's see if this works. I just ran an update on my phone that, here we go. Okay, perfect. So let me go ahead and do a little bit of show and tell with you. So this is the Shuffle application, and when you log in, and you can see that there are multiple cards here for this account. But when you come in, you can go ahead and you can create a card. And I'm just gonna create any old card here and move kind of quickly through the card creation process. Let's do this one here. I'm going to use my profile information to build the card. I'm going to just name this any old thing. So you can see here I just built an entire card in, I don't know, 30 seconds, all by using all of my profile information, which just makes that card building process so much easier and simplifies it. And then of course I can go in and edit it and add more content to it as time permits. But one of the things that I want to show you here is the opportunity for lead capture. So I'm going to create a campaign, which is our way of sort of managing that mass share. So when you're going to post on social media, if you're going to share in your Facebook group, if you're going to, as Deb was saying here, if you're going to put that in your email signature. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a campaign that's in my email signature. And I'm going to include lead capture down here. If I could.
Can you explain what lead capture means?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be really self-explanatory once I show you.
Oh, okay.
I think that's probably the best way to do it. It's always a little bit easier to understand when you can see. So and I don't know what information you might want to collect for a lead capture, but for a sample, but I'm just going to give you the example here. So this is that a campaign link, and all of your campaigns and all of your cards also have QR codes, which makes them fabulous, fabulous, fabulous partners for print materials. If you're ever at a trade show or a convention, when you go to the annual Color Street convention, you could print out this QR code and pop it on your badge, and that way if anyone wants to get your information, they can do that right there just by scanning with their phone. It's so easy. But you know, let's say that we go ahead here and we go ahead and we pull up that card that we created. So you can see it here. And this is the lead capture component. So you could actually have your customers leave their information right here. And you saw that notification that popped up here. That was me viewing my own campaign. But you can see that they can leave you their information right here and submit it to you in order to get that sample. So then let's say that they leave you their information, and I'm going to drop it in here. And I'm going to do something generic just so that we can easily find it. I'm going to drop in my email address and my phone number here. My favorite color is purple. All right, so let's say I hit submit. And I've submitted my contact information here. So when I go back into the application and I go down to my contacts, you can see that that individual who left me their contact information, not only am I getting a notification about it, but that individual's contact information is all right here in the application. So I now have their name, their phone number, their email address, their mailing address if they gave it to me, their favorite color if they gave it to me, which is purple. And then I can go down here and I can go ahead and I can trigger, you know, in my normal mailing system, sending them that sample. What I absolutely love about this is then I can go in here and I can leave a note. And I can put in here, send sample. Lead cat, and I can put it in here, sparkle. Like, leave a note that's super specific. What did you send them? I sent them the Tokyo Nights in Tokyo or Tokyo Nights sample. Okay. I'm going to submit that. So now I've got that note on that contact. And then I want to remember to follow up with them. And I know that standard mail usually takes about 4 to 5 days. So you know what? I'm going to schedule a reminder to follow up with this individual in 4 days from now. Okay. So now I've scheduled a follow-up. I have left a note about what specifically I sent this contact. They've put all their information in here for me. I didn't have to do any of that. I've left the note specifically about what I sent them, and then I scheduled a follow-up reminder with them. So now what's going to happen is in 3 days and 23 hours, I'm going to get a push notification on my phone that's going to remind me to follow up with the Color Street sample, please, contact. And they're going to, I'm going to be able to come in here, I'm going to be able to check my notes, I'm going to be able to say, okay, I sent them a sample. That's right, I sent them Tokyo Nights. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shoot them a note, I'm going to shoot them a text, I'm going to shoot them an email, all from my personal phone number, my personal email address that says, hey, wanted to follow up. How did you like that sample? Were you able to give it a try? If you weren't, let me send you my card that has all of the application instructions. And I go back here and I pull up my shuffle cards and I find my one that says application instructions and I grab the link for that. Here's how you apply it, just in case you weren't able to figure that out, or here's some of my quick tips for application to make it that much easier. And you're able to facilitate that relationship, that one-to-one relationship with this individual all the way through the process from them providing your information through the lead capture all the way through to ideally them making a purchase because you have just wowed them with how you were able to follow up so timely and be able to stay in contact with them and remember these specific details about what you sent them that any other distributor out there isn't able to necessarily remember.
So you did this through what's called a campaign. Can you explain the difference to us between a campaign? Like, as Darlene just asked, could we add that? That lead to be able to get their information on our regular business card, or is a campaign something totally separate?
Any business card any of your shuffle cards has the ability to create a campaign. So you would go in here, you would tap on any of your cards, any one that you wanted to create a campaign for. You would come down here to campaign, and you can have an endless number of campaigns for every card. There may be a limit out there, but I haven't figured out what that limit is. And so if I haven't figured it out, then I think we're pretty safe to say that it's endless. But you can have as many campaigns as you want to for each card. All of them or none of them can include lead capture. So if you have 100 cards because you've done the upgrade, you have 100 cards and each campaign has 10, or each card has 10 campaigns associated with it. That's, I mean, you do the math. That's an infinite number of opportunity for people to leave you their information. And what's beautiful about it is it's all being put right here in your contact list. So you get to manage it all seamlessly right from in the application. And if you're following up with individuals and you're actually sending them, let's say that you have your Color Street stylist. So you have your general Color Street, this is what Color Street is card. You then have maybe a card that's your application tips and a quick application idea. Maybe you have a card that is color inspiration, or just an inspiration card for a way to highlight all of the different manicure options that you have with all of the different combinations that you can with Color Street. Maybe there's just an overall Color Street tips card. One of the ones that my Color Street distributor shared with me a long time ago when I was first trying Color Street was she said, you know, if you want to reuse them, sometimes you can actually clamp the plastic bag with your flat iron. Don't do that. Okay. But I was told that a very long time ago. So forgive me. But those are some types of tips that you can share. You have your hostess card, you have your thank you card, you have all these opportunities that then you can add all of those lead captures to if you want to.
So what is the difference between a campaign and a card? Like give us another example what you would be doing with these campaigns on your cards.
Sure. So a campaign is just another option for sharing a card. So when I swipe up on my card or tap my card and hit send, if I hit send card, I'm presented all of these sharing options, the different ways that I can send my card out. I can do it by adding a new contact into my Shuffle account. I can do it by sending it to an existing Shuffle contact. I can do it by just using an untrackable link, by hitting copy untrackable link, or providing the QR code here so that anyone can scan it. The other option that we have here is campaigns. And every card has the ability to have infinite number of campaigns associated with it. And a campaign is for those opportunities that you want to be able to share out to many. So you're going to use a campaign in your email signature. You're going to use a campaign if you are making a post in your Facebook group. The reason why you want to use a campaign is because it's going to allow you to track the activity associated with a specific mass share action. So if you share your card in Shuffle via new contact or a Shuffle contact, all of your notifications are going to be tied to that specific individual. Deb viewed your card. Doug Baldwin viewed your card. Doug Baldwin reshared your card. But if you share it with a campaign and you name your campaign Facebook profile share September 24th, 2018, you're going to get a notification that says somebody viewed your campaign Facebook profile share September 24, 2018. So you're going to be able to get some statistics and information, direct feedback specific to an action. One of my favorite challenges that I love to give Shuffle users is the ability to prove the worth of a campaign. And one of the things that I always tell individuals to do is, I want you to go ahead, I want you to create a campaign for your favorite card. And I want you to share that on your personal Facebook page from your profile. And I want you to take that campaign link and I want you to share something like, hey, I'm using this really cool new product to ship. It's a digital business card. Would you look at it and give me your feedback? And then drop that campaign link. And then I want you to look at the number of likes and actions taken with that post. A like, a love, a dislike, a comment. And I want you to compare that to the number of times that you're going to get an activity in Shuffle that says, someone viewed your campaign. And I'm promising you that you are going to get more someone viewed your campaign notifications than you are activities on Facebook that says like or a comment. So what you're proving to yourself is that more people are actually seeing your content and engaging with your content than you realize. And one of my favorite tricks is that I actually do this on my own personal Facebook page. So if you follow me on Facebook and you see that, what I love to do is I love to make my own post about that, and people engage with it. And then I screenshot the activity from it, and I sort of call people out on it. And I'm like, nobody commented on my post yesterday, or nobody liked it, but look at how many of you viewed it. Look at how many of you viewed my content. I know that because the application told me so.
All right, so I'm trying to put it in our terms. So let's say right now our Halloween nails were just launched.
Mm-hmm.
I make a card that links them into my page. I make a card, on the same card, I'm going to have photos of let's say the Halloween nails, and then of course join my VIP group. If I did a campaign with this, could I send it out to the 100 people that I have in my Shuffle contacts all at once, so I'm not doing it one by one? Or I have to take that link and I'm posting it on Facebook and saying, hey, check out my new business card, which would link them into my Halloween nails?
Yes, the second.
Okay, so I can't use this as a mass text to everybody, but I could, with this campaign, it gives me a link, and I wouldn't be able to do that otherwise if I didn't have it in a campaign. What if I just had a Halloween card?
Well, you could very easily share that, but you're kind of missing the value of Shuffle at that point, because you're not going to get the statistics and the information. And this is one of the things that I think is so important about Shuffle, is that you actually get statistics about sends and views. So card opens is people actually looking at your card. Card sends is obviously the number of times that you've sent your card. So if I, for example, created a campaign and I shared that out, I would want these specific statistics related to that activity that I took, that making a post on Facebook, so that I could then see the engagement and I could start making some educated decisions in my business about where I want to spend my time, energy, and effort. The statistics section can also tell you if you have multiple campaigns, where people are clicking. So this is great. I don't have any data right now, obviously, because this is a card, but let me go ahead and pull up, this is one we just created, but let me pull up a card, one of our demo ones, so you can see some of the statistics that you have. So you can actually see where people are clicking on your card. So if you had a card that was join my VIP and it was a button on your card, you would actually see so many clicks on that button. And in this one, you can see that I have all of these different campaigns. You can see which campaigns here. This is a quick look for you to see, okay, out of all of these campaigns that I have running, this one is garnering me the most views and the most engagement with my content. And so you're able to make a decision, you know, maybe I don't need to be spending so much time on Twitter. Maybe I need to be putting more of an emphasis on Facebook. If you have this tied to any Facebook advertisements or anything that you have running, this is going to give you some really clear information then about what's being successful for you and what's driving revenue in your business. Let me pull up the chat here, see what questions we have that are coming in.
I think the campaign thing has everybody a little bit confused.
Sure.
So I'm wondering if we should go back to kind of some of the basics, but actually one good question is, so how, other than sharing a link, is there a way to share, like without me sending the other day one by one, is there a way to share it to multiple people at once?
So not within the application at current time. So the way the Shuffle was built is that Shuffle was built to really help you maximize those one-to-one relationships that you have. That's why it's so important to us that this is done through your personal email address and your personal phone number. So you're able to have those conversations with your true VIPs, the people that are really driving your business and driving revenue for you. This isn't really a mass marketing tool in that way, so much as it is on the CRM side as a one-to-one relationship facilitator. You are going to manage your most important relationships, those ones that you're working every single day, or those ones that maybe you're not working every single day, but you're still having those one-to-one communications on. Campaigns are not going to allow you to mass communicate. And the way the Shuffle is currently, there is no way to mass communicate out. What we're going to give you is the content so that if you are mass communicating out through other third-party applications and tools, you have a place to drive them. So for example, going back to your email signature, if you have to send an email out to many people and you're not utilizing something like a MailChimp, you're just doing it from your own personal email address, you have maybe 50 emails that you send it to, but you need some place to drive these individuals, you could, utilizing campaigns, drive them to a mobile landing page, which is your card, and track the specific data related with that one effort. So a campaign in Shuffle is not a pushing from the Shuffle application mass communication. Campaigns in Shuffle is a way to track your specific activities when you are sharing out to many people. Facebook, Instagram, your email signature, an email that you're sending out. It's your way of tracking, as opposed to saying, Deb viewed my card, someone viewed your Facebook campaign. What does it look like when it's in your email signature? You would do it just like a normal, and you know what, I can even, let me see if I can pull it up here. let me stop sharing real quick. When I put it in my email signature, I make it really simple. Here's just an example of what that looks like. And this is a dirty example, meaning it's not the prettiest. You can certainly do this in a far prettier way. Sorry, computer's got to catch up here. Here we go. So this is an example using my phone of what it looks like if it's in my email signature, view my business card. This is a long link, but what some people can do is you can hyperlink the content. It just depends on what your mail features and functionalities will include and allow you to do. If I went into Gmail and I actually programmed this as a signature, I could make this really pretty. I could hyperlink it. I could hit click here to view my business card, and the click here would be hyperlinked, so you wouldn't actually see this long link, and it would be a lot nicer looking.
All right, so I know there's some people on here that want to backtrack now to some more basic stuff, because I think that was definitely for people I think who have set their cards up already, because they're probably super overwhelmed. Because I know I'm still a little bit trying to figure out the whole campaign thing myself from that. So does anybody have specific questions they want to ask Emily right now?
Let's see. Is it possible
if you do, you guys just unmute yourself up in the corner, by your photo.
So let me go through this really quick, because here's a good question. Is it possible to add lead capture to a card that's already created? And this came from an Antidar. So yes, you can. In order to add lead capture to a card that's already created, open up your application, find the card that you want to add that to. You're going to tap on the card, tap on campaigns, the green plus sign to create a new campaign, name the campaign anything you want it to be. No one's going to see that. Toggle on lead capture. The lead capture title is what your viewers will see. So name this something like leave me your info. For a sample, by default, it's going to require first, last, email, and phone number, but you can add other fields using this plus sign right here. Click add, and you have added lead capture to any card that you've already created. Mary, to send to all of your contacts, like we were saying before, Shuffle doesn't allow you to do that as in a mass way. There are some third-party applications that you can utilize for that. But what you can do is you can go down here into Chatter. And if you have, for example, all of you are on Shuffle, I would highly recommend that you look for each other in Discover. And you would go over here and you would search for each other and send connection requests and connect with each other, because you can actually share tips and tricks. And there are advantages to being connected in Shuffle. You guys can chat with one another. You can use the broadcast feature. It's wonderful for team collaboration, to share new ideas and what you're doing. But that's one way that you can send if you have people already in Shuffle. But then the other way that you can do it is you tap on your card, hit send card, and you're presented with all of your options here for sharing the card. If you're going to share in a Facebook group, you have your shopping groups. My recommendation would be to make sure that you're creating a campaign for each one of your shares. And think of Shuffle, do the lead capture. Think of Shuffle as a replacement for your Google form, for your Calendly, any of those applications that you're using for hosting, to schedule an event, to, gosh, what are all the other options? To become a VIP member. If they are somebody that you want to connect with on a regular basis, anything along those lines, have them use this as a replacement for a Google form. So create a campaign, drop in the lead capture, and then share that link in your Facebook group. So if I go here to campaigns, this test 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to go into my Facebook group on Facebook. I'm going to paste this link in with the other content of that post. You can import contacts through your phone. This is a wonderful new feature. I'm just going down the questions here, y'all. If you're here in the application, tap on contacts. The gear in the upper right-hand corner gives you the opportunity to import your phone contacts. And I'm not going to pull it up because I don't want to breach anyone's privacy here. But if you hit import phone contacts, that's going to pull up all of the contacts that you have in your phone. And you can import them all. You can import just a couple. You can import them all. It's entirely up to you. And that'll drop them all right here in Shuffle for you. And you would then have the same capabilities. You can schedule a follow-up. You can leave a note, anything that you would need to. Mary, so let's talk about that. Mary's comment was it would be nice if we could send a card to all of our customers when new nails come out. This is going to go a little bit beyond Shuffle 101, and Mary, perhaps you and I should touch base on this after, but there is actually a way that you can do that. If you have VIP customers who they love you, they love your product, etc., they can actually save your card. And if they save your card and you update that card content, let's say it's the monthly color release, or the just the Color Street color release card that you've created on your account, and you always update that every time new colors come out, every time that there's a what do we want to call it? Your Halloween release, for example. Anytime you update that card, and if your customer has saved your card, they are going to be notified that you have updated that card. And there's an opportunity to do that, and I don't know if I can force that from right here, but if I hit edit card, and let's say that I change just a couple of things about it, I want to go just by Doug, and I hit save, you're going to see this option that says save only or save and notify users. That notify users is going to let everybody know that you've updated that content. Everybody who has saved your card. So that's a wonderful way to share the monthly promotions, the new color releases, etc. with your customers. They just have to save your card. And I'm just going down the chatter here, guys, so bear with me. If I make notes on a customer and I want to share their card, what information is shared? Your notes are private. So your notes on a customer are always private. Nobody will see these. The only way that anyone will see these is if you give them access to your Shuffle account. Questions about Wave. Oh, we have Wave users here. Does pushing stay pauses until you unpause? Yes, so if you pause it, it's going to stay paused until you unpause it. It sends out the Wave beacons. Wave is our proximity marketing solution, and I know that this is probably a little bit more than we wanted to go over today, but Wave is proximity marketing. This little bad boy here, it broadcasts your message out to Bluetooth and nearby enabled Android devices, and you can manage it all through your Shuffle application here or through the Wave application, whichever one you'd like. And this actually broadcasts out, it pushes out your message every 3 seconds. So anyone around you that has their Android device in Bluetooth and nearby enabled, they have the opportunity to get this. And that's what the impressions are that you see there. So if you were with someone for 2 hours, and they would potentially get it multiple times if they're constantly checking nearby. Yes. Dawn, yes. Go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/LFI. Dawn's question is, where can we find the video on the 20 cards we should have? Go to youtube.com/LFI, and there's a wonderful training up there. It's called the Sociability Solutions Training. And those ladies, they really know their stuff. They do a wonderful job of outlining the 20 cards that you should have as a direct sellers. And it helps, they're going to help you with content and understanding exactly what should be on those cards. Sharon, question about Shuffle. When you set up a reminder, can you customize that reminder on what you're supposed to follow up regarding? My suggestion for that, not right now, currently, you cannot do that in the application. However, that's coming. And my suggestion right now would be to just leave a note about what your next follow-up interaction should be. My suggestion is every single time that you have an interaction with somebody, leave a note, write down what you talked about, what happened, and what's going to happen next. So that when you do go in and you look at that follow-up, you can refresh your memory to the best of your ability on everything that you've covered previously and what you're going to do next. And that just gives you more talking points with that individual when you're building that relationship with them. Nikki, yes, absolutely. It would totally make sense. So Nikki had a really great question here, you guys. Would it make sense to drop the link into a Shuffle Facebook party? Excuse me, would it make sense to drop the link into a Facebook party for sample requests? Nikki, yes, that is absolutely, that's what campaigns are all about. That's what that lead capture is all about. Drop that campaign link in there so that people can go ahead and they can leave you their information to request a sample. I think that's huge, and that's exactly spot on. That's exactly how you should be using campaigns.
That is great, because then you can get those Facebook contacts that you don't always get.
Yes.
If they don't order.
That's huge.
Good job,
And
Nikki.
I was just going to say, I have to imagine sample requests is probably one of your top ways to reach new customers, right?
Yeah. Heidi, can we get to the basics on YouTube?
Yes. Our youtube.com/LFI has it's almost overwhelming. Actually, it is overwhelming, the amount of content that is on there. But there are tons of how-to videos, some great getting started content. A little bit of everything is available on there to really get you going. Yes, Mary, your customers, if you want them to save your card, one of my favorite ways to save a card is actually save it to their home screen. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to open up this card that we had before. And so one of the things that everyone can do is if you hit this little box with the up arrow on an iOS device, you can add a bookmark, but you can also add to home screen. And that's going to actually, I'll actually show you exactly what it looks like. So you can see this down here, Douglas Baldwin right at the bottom here. That's that card. And they save it directly to your home screen. That's one way. The other way is the add to QR decks. And you can see here that I just got a card view. These are the types of notifications that I was speaking to before. So this is just telling me that somebody viewed this campaign, and that was me, whoops, that viewed my own campaign. The other option is this add to QR decks, and that's a little bit more than Shuffle 101. But Mary, if you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/LFI, there's some great information in there about what is OneQR. And then there's also a OneQR YouTube channel, OneQR by LFI, that talks about what it is and how your customers can utilize it. Renee, Renee's question was, by editing your card, you are actually doing a mass notification to everyone you ever sent that card to, only if you want to. You have two options when editing your card: save changes and notify users. If you use that notify users, that's how they're going to be notified. Heidi, yes. like I was saying, Heidi's question was, can we get the basics on YouTube? Yes, there's so much content on YouTube. I highly recommend going and checking it out if you haven't already, whether or not you're a user. Lee, I created my first card. When I preview it, there are random pictures and text. Yes, so Lee, there is a way to get rid of the click here, design your card now option. Oops, I turned on Siri on my thing here. That's my family, aren't they cute? If you go in here to the application and you go to the card, to get rid of the click here, design your card now, you want to scroll all the way bottom and toggle off the shuffle add banner. And that's going to turn off that click here, design your card now section. But I'm not sure what those other things are, so I'm going to connect with you and shuffle after this, and let's see if we can't figure that out. I think I answered all the questions. Oh, hi, Maureen. Maureen, you and I were chatting earlier today, right? Yes. What countries are we able to use Shuffle? You can use Shuffle in any country around the world. Anyone is able to use Shuffle. They're able to view your cards even. The only thing that we don't have right now is translation, but that is coming very, 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 very soon. So they do have to speak English in order to use the application. However, that being said, the content that they create can be in any language that you want. So they would just use their own native language when putting in their title, for example, or their address or their company name, all of that. So we are worldwide. Show us how to get a card that someone shared with us. Can we send a campaign URL and broadcast for a mass message? Yes, you can. You can absolutely do that. And that would be exactly as we were talking before. You would just go ahead and you would cut and paste the campaign URL, hit here, copy the link, go over here to broadcast, and just paste that URL in there. And that's going to allow you to broadcast that out. And then any other content that you want to put with that. Yes, Jen, that's exactly right. This is going to be huge when you're onboarding new stylists in other countries. Everybody will have access to this, and this is another content that you want to make sure that you have in your shuffle deck. And actually, Deb and Jen and I had a really great conversation about this earlier this week. Was an onboarding card. You're sitting here and you're growing your Color Street business. You're growing your Color Street network. Create an onboarding card that you can then just send to anyone who joins your team. That's going to get them off and running right away. This is the checklist of things that you need to be doing today. This is the checklist of things that you need to know as you are waiting for your first order or getting started with your business so that you get off on the right foot and really get going. But let me go ahead and show you how to get a card that someone shared with you. So Mary, if I had sent you a card, you would go into your contacts. You would look for that specific contact, and let's see. Let's find one. You would go to their contact and you would go to their shared card. And if they had shared a card with you, it would pull up right here just like this. So I think that got all the questions.
Sorry, I was writing notes on that last one. Does anybody else have any? I know some people are at the very first steps of Shuffle. So, I mean, I know some of this is a lot, but don't feel bad if you have something that's more beginning level about Shuffle. So now's the time to ask Emily. I hope you guys are able to see kind of the benefits of some of the different things we'll be able to do with this as far as keeping track of your contacts and getting things out to them. For example, I had just a small event the other day. I had 6 new contacts. I came home I put them all in my shuffle, and I sent every one of them a message today with my contact information. Again, I thanked people who ordered with my thank you card. My other people I sent just the regular card. For me, it was much easier to keep up with than it is necessarily I mean, it's just kind of a more formal way of texting, I guess. But I have not done some of the fancier things like campaigns.
Can I show you guys a one of my favorite tricks when adding contacts? So if you're at another event, let's say you have a booth at an event, if you're doing an in-home party, if that's even still a thing, and people want to leave you their information, one of my favorite things to do is to actually have a card open on my phone. And so if I'm sitting there and I'm checking them out, or we're just having a conversation, I actually will just hand them my phone while I'm doing something on my iPad, and let them fill in their information on my card, and that'll drop it right into my application for me, and they've done all the work. But some of the other things that you can do is take that QR code that I was telling you about and save this QR image. You can if you hit save QR image, that's going to save it to your photos on your device, and you can then print that off anywhere. And so one of the things that you might want to consider doing is printing it off on a sticker that maybe you put on a badge or something along those lines. And if people scan that QR code, it'll drive directly to a lead capture page as well on their own device, and they can leave you their information that way. So another quick win when you're at an event, to have people scanning your cards. Like I was saying before, we even have some people who actually save this QR image, and then they save it as their lock screen on their phone. And so if they're sitting there having a conversation with somebody, they're going to say, here's, just scan my phone, because they've got the lock screen on, and it pulls up the lead capture on the other person's phone, and they can leave their information there. But another really great thing that you can do is, if you are going to, I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm sorry, this is a lot of show and tell today, guys, and I apologize. Thank you for bearing with me. But one of my favorite features here is that you can actually scan a business card. So I have with me, this is my plumber's business card. I've gone into contacts, I hit the plus sign, I scroll down, and I hit this scan business card. And I'm going to take a picture. And so you can see the business card there. I'm going to take the picture. I'm going to use this photo. And it's thinking, because what it's doing is it's actually filling in all of that contact information for me directly from the business card.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so all of this is right here, and it's going to store the photo of the business card. And I just go ahead and confirm it. And there it is. So now I get to recycle this. I could also add this.
Feature at vending events, again, when you're meeting the other vendors, and we all tend to trade cards.
Yeah. And then the other thing is that then I can also now select to add this directly to my phone contacts in addition. So if I wanted to, this will actually create a phone contact for me, all from just scanning the business card. So that's a pretty great feature too. And look, and now it's going to store that photo for me, so I'll always have it there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything else they want to ask Emily? Open chat. Sometimes people feel more comfortable typing it.
Well, and you know, guys, I'm also in Discover and Shuffle. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to connect with me in Shuffle and shoot me a chatter, and I can go ahead and I can get with you that way. Our support team is wonderful, support@lfi.com. If you have any questions, reach out to them. And then also our YouTube channel. I was saying it's a little overwhelming, but it's only because there's so much content there. I try and post regular lunch and learns. I talk about how-tos, and then watch your email as well if you sign up, because I try and host pretty regular trainings where we go over how to do all of this stuff.
Oh, you know what, Emily? Will you show them kind of what you showed Jen and I of, we've told them that, you guys might be building this card for our team.
Yeah.
Will you kind of show them how it looks different than the cards we're building?
Sure. So let me go ahead and show you this one. So this is what we call one of our custom cards, and this is one that we've just recently done for Arbonne. Basically what it does is it takes all of the constraints of our standard templates, throws them out the window, and allows you to do pretty much anything design-wise with your cards. If you can design it, pretty much we can do it. And it truly looks, you would agree that this looks more like a mobile website as opposed to a digital business card. And so this is going to allow you to put as much content in here as you'd like. You can see here they've got testimonials with before and after photos, product information. And then what's beautiful about these is that all of these actually click through to the distributor's web page, so it's all tied to the distributor. So this goes to the Arbonne website, but then if I went over here and I went to shop, let me see how it goes here. So if I went over here to shop, it's actually going to tie me to the distributor whose card I'm viewing. So the beauty for that for you for Color Street is so much of what you do is tied to your own color. You can order from Color Street directly, but you need to be tied to you, the distributor, in order for you to get credit for it. So all of those buttons that you put in can be tied directly to you, and everybody can have the same content here, but still then be able to customize the card to you, the individual distributor, for shopping purposes.
So that'll be amazing that we can have a Team Beautifully Polished card about Color Street and put some testimonials maybe from people from our team and, tell about Color Street things, but then it can link into everybody's own sites.
Yeah.
Oh, Peggy, we got to work with her on getting all the content. That's what we got to build with Emily now. So that's going to be huge, and that will not count as one of the 10 cards that you get for your $10. That's something that that's what we've been working with them for them to be able to do for us. So that's going to be really cool. It's just a beautiful look, I think.
Yeah. Our teams absolutely love it. They love when they're able to really make that polished custom content that really allows them to not only highlight their products, but we talked about an onboarding card, being able to send something to new distributors as soon as they sign up, new stylists, as soon as they sign up, that says, this is what you need to do to get off on the right foot. These are our recommendations for you. Get going as quickly as you can and really be successful right out of the gate.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we've kept you on an hour, so I don't want to keep you on any longer because I totally appreciate your time for us. I know this is not like a common occurrence, and I hope you guys realize that. Like, this is so cool that you would do this for our team. So thank you.
It's my pleasure.
I know a lot of people wanted to be on and couldn't, so we have you recorded and we'll post it in our team page to make sure everybody, gets to watch it. So again, you guys, we have this special till the end of the month. If you want to hop on and use these cards, I think it can be a great thing for your business, a great use of your money. I know a lot of things cost monthly, but I do think this is one of those things that could be worth it for you, and helping you simplify all your contact stuff too, and helping you get organized. So thanks again to Jen Sheets, because she has worked so hard with Emily to build this relationship. So thank you to both you guys.
Well, thank you. Thank you again for having me. It's absolutely a pleasure. And you guys are crushing it. So keep doing what you're doing, y'all. You're doing wonderful things.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Emily. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Everyone have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.